Ryan, congratulations on the 2 goals and on the win. How big does that feel for you right now?
Yeah, massive. I said earlier, it's the first weekend we've come in with a win, and then the results have went kind of our way. So it's a massive step in the right direction. But I've said it to the boys there. We've discussed it. There's no use in winning one game now. We've got to win back to back and probably back to back to back. So it's important 3 points, but now we need to get ready and do it again on Wednesday.
It's a start though, isn't it? It gives you a bit of belief. 4 points from the last 2 games.
Yeah.
You can build a bit of hope.
Yeah, massively. The only outcome that we'd be happy with today was the 3 points, and I think the way we did it was good as well. The second half was such a good performance in terms of conceded straight away, and then we dug in there and we did what we needed to do and got the 3 points.
First goal was always going to be important today. Probably Argyle haven't got the first goal in games often enough this season, have they? But what did it mean to you to get that goal? Did you think you were onside? And just talk us through it.
Yeah, I knew I was onside because I followed the left back up, so I knew that I was onside, and when Rans got it and it was bouncing like that, there's only one place he could put it, so it's a bit of a striker's instinct. And as I said, I knew I was onside, and it was funny to see them all arguing about it.
And then so soon afterwards, the second goal, you were involved in the build-up, weren't you, with the flick through to Moose? Yeah,
it was a great set for Moose. I think he lay on it and passed it back with his back, so I think he actually got the assist for it, so I think he'll take that for his collection. But no, once I got there, obviously, it's a bit of luck that we needed, and we got it, and it was a nice finish.
Still took some finishing though. You must have been pleased with that because Angus Gunn's Scotland's international goalkeeper. He's no mug.
Yeah, that's right. He was there, and there was a couple of defenders in the way as well. So to get the ball in the far corner was obviously a nice feeling. So soon after the first.
And yeah, the assist to Moose was probably a little bit on the generous side. I think we'd all agree with that one. Would love to have seen you go on and get your hat trick, and you had a couple of sort of opportunities, didn't you?
To be honest, I'll not sleep the night because I'll not even think about them 2 goals. It's the one at the end that I'll be thinking about all night, how I missed it. But to be honest, I just lost sight of the ball. There was a guy ran across me, and I seen it initially when he kicked it, but just lost sight of it and tried to slide in and hope that it was the right place. But unfortunately, I missed it. Was
that the one from Moose's cross?
Right at the end, yeah. Just lost sight of it. So that's the one that will stay with me the night. I don't care about the 2 goals. I should have got 3.
Yeah, that's a perfectionist speaking, though, isn't
it?
Yeah,
and, I know.
2 goals and the 3 points is what's really important.
Yeah.
The team had to do a lot of work defensively in that game, yourself included. You were back quite a bit, and there was even one occasion where I think you cleared the ball away from about a yard out from your own line.
Yeah, it's a different type of job I've got now. It's a lot more responsibility going backwards. I touch the ball probably more in my own box than I do going forward, but it's one that I'm relishing. Everyone knows that I work hard for the team, so it's one that I don't mind doing. I don't mind getting up and down. I've got the legs for it, and if I can do a job there for the team, then so be it.
There's some big games coming up, aren't there? Swansea, Sheffield United. You've just got to try and keep this momentum going now, haven't you?
Yeah, massive 2 games coming up. As I said, it was the start of a big week for us, so today means nothing if we don't go and do the same again on Wednesday. You've
been at the club since 2020. How much does it mean to you personally to do all you can to keep the club up this season?
It's everything. I was saying before, I think it's the 4th season in a row I've got to double figures, and that's always the aim at the start of the season. And going by the first 6 months of this season, I never thought it was possible, but I've hit some form. Hopefully it's not too late, and hopefully I can do everything I can to keep the club up because they deserve to be here.
Thank you, Ryan. Well done.
Thank you.
Just going into this week now, next week, Ryan, 2 massive games, but we know at this time of the season there's always twists and turns. You've got a real chance here, haven't you, of almost completing what most people would see as a bit of a miracle.
Yeah, 100%. We're never going to lose faith as long as it's mathematically possible. We can beat anyone on a day, so as I said, we go into the game with one outcome on our mind, and that's to take 3 points, whether it's Wednesday night against Swansea or Saturday against Sheffield United. We've got to go and win.
What sort of belief will this give? 4 points in the last 2 games, but playing with a bit of style as well. What would that do for the lads going into Swansea?
Yeah, I think it's massive. We've got quite a young group. We just need to take the confidence that we can do it. Obviously, Norwich is quite far up the table, and we should take confidence for beating them. We went away to a good Watford side and got a point there, and probably could have won it in some of the chances that we had. So, as I said, it's important 3 points today, but we need to go again on Wednesday.
And the manager's sung your praises in his press bit after and talked about the 5 games that you were out injured, but you were a real miss then. But you're back and firing now, aren't you? I mean, you're going to play a really important role going into these games.
Yeah, obviously, as I said previous, it was tough for me being on the sides. I want to be out there helping and doing as much as I can for the team, and to be in my house, not being able to do anything. I think Hull was the final straw when I was watching. It was a tough watch. So Wednesday I was straight on the grass, and then I played on the Saturday. So it was tough for me to sit on the side. But I'm happy to be back, and hopefully I can keep helping the team.
And on a personal level, 10 goals for the season. Now, like you've talked about, double figures there. On a personal level, that must give you huge pride. Yeah,
it's an important milestone. As I said, it's a target for the start of every season, and obviously I want to keep going and keep scoring as many goals as I can to try and keep us up. So if I score, then the team does well genuinely, so I need to keep it going.
You talked there about conversations in the dressing room after, about building on this, not just one win in isolation, but now backing that up, and with some quite good conversations amongst the lads there.
I think it was more of a conversation where we just don't get complacent, don't think we've got 3 points and it's all rosy. We're still in the situation we are, and it means nothing if we don't go again on Wednesday. So it was all about reminders, and we need to keep the spirits up. We need to keep getting ready, and obviously do everything we can to get ready for Wednesday.
When you look at the league table, I think it's 4 points now. That feels a lot better than 7 with an inferior goal difference. 4 points, you get a couple of wins now. Anything can happen.
Yeah, as we've still got the games and the points tallies that we need to do it. So as long as that's still there, we've still got the belief, we've still got the confidence that we're going to go and do it.
Miran Music, congratulations on this afternoon's win. What are your thoughts on the game?
Good afternoon, thank you very much. Finally, we could reward ourselves, and finally the pressure was on anyway. We knew the importance of the game, and we knew also our situation. Without speaking too much and too long, we knew we just had to win. And I mentioned in my last speech in the locker room that it's about to sacrifice and to give it all. Then we have a chance. And I think it was a difficult start because the wind, unfortunately, was against us. So we struggled maybe, or it was hard for us to find into the game the first 10, 15 minutes. But then you see, we spoke about this a lot over the last couple of weeks, what momentum means in football. With that goal, that was a door opener for us. That was just a big relief, massive confidence boost inside our team. And the Green Army just jumped on this train extremely and gave us this second wave, this second support. And I think then the first half, especially after the first goal, was brilliant. Maybe one of the best performances in the last couple of weeks. And we agreed that we have to keep this strong structure, because I don't recall one big chance of them first half. We have to keep this structure, and we will get our transitional moments. Just be clean in terms of defending. And as you can imagine, then just 30 seconds after the kickoff, second half, we concede a goal. And by the way, it's a beautiful goal. It's difficult also to defend, but then the pressure is on, believe me. And then most of the times that teams are really can't deal with that pressure. But that's why I'm so proud today, not only because we rewarded ourselves with three points and with the victory, we stood up again. It does something to a team, just concede, because the pressure is again massive. And we did it. We kept defending until the end. We still had this transitional threat always. So I'm very proud. It's a step forward. We've refused to give up. We are still alive, and we will keep on going.
2 goals in quick succession always helps. Ryan Hardy's quality in those positions, isn't he? A word about him.
Yeah, that's Ryan Hardy. Remember also, guys, when I told you, when out of missing Hardy for 5-6 games, it costs us a lot, because if you can get Hardy in a finishing position, that's half of the job already. And I think he did it brilliant, but that's just the instinct of a proper number 9.
You said in the week that you thought this might be a more open game. Was it as open as you thought it might be?
Yes, don't forget, Norwich is just a top team. A lot of individual quality, very, very, very dominant with the ball. It was open, but the good thing for us, we kept most of the things completely out of our box and out of the danger zone. I think also the expected goal of Norwich is very, very low. That's a sign for a good defensive structure.
You've already touched on it, the Norwich goal so early in the second half. I just wonder how concerned you were, because your team did show character after that. But
Yeah.
what was going through your mind when Norwich scored
Yeah.
so early?
I think the same thoughts like everyone in the home park. Goodness, here we go again. So, but that's just part of our job, and that's why I was so, yeah, that was also the message straight after the game inside the locker room. Still capable to not break. It's a step forward for us.
It is a step forward, but it's not over, is it? This is a big boost, but you need more, don't you?
Yeah, we need more, and the next opportunity to grab more is Wednesday. This performance and this result will give us the confidence, and the last 2 away games will give us also the confidence that we can win away and we can collect points. I think our 2 last away games are 4 points. Why not going on Wednesday and continue collecting points?
You said in the week you were optimistic that you could stay up. Where is the optimistic level now?
I'm always optimistic, and again, we refuse to give up, and that's a big word.
I guess the dressing room's a much happier place this evening, is it?
Yeah, everything feels just a little bit better after a good performance, and I felt it on the pitch, I felt it after the final whistle, and I felt it also in the home park. Yeah, it's a step forward. Thank you.
Hello, Merrin. It wasn't just Ryan Hardy's 2 goals, it was the quality of the finishes as well, wasn't it? Can you just talk to us about that? Because both of them are not easy opportunities, were they?
No, not easy, but that's it's killer instinct. Is this too hard? Is this too killer instinct?
Mm-hmm.
Or for number 9, clinical. And we missed that so many games. If you want to win a game, you need to score a goal, and you need to rely then on a goal scorer and on a reliable goal source. And he's exactly that kind of player for Argyle.
And he's been at this club since 2020, so he's been here through good times and bad times. It means a lot to him, this football club, and he will be doing as much as anyone to try and get you the results you need.
100%. Believe me, Chris, it's not a coincidence that exactly Hardy scored these 2 goals.
It was interesting today you played Michael Obafemi as the number 9 rather than Bundu, and then obviously it changed during the game, but just can you explain how that came about?
Yeah, because we thought that it will be transitional, it will be open, and having 2 runners, having these 2 transitional threats with not only with Hardy, especially also with Obafemi, will be a good tactical plan. But unfortunately, we had a wind against us the first half. For those kind of channel balls we wanted to play, or deep balls in behind, haven't been possible simply. And then Moose helped us, and I think this change was very, very much needed, because the tactical plan we had was just not it was not easy for us to execute it. And then with the switch again, because if something goes wrong, you have to adapt. We did it, and I think from there on, we kept on attacking and rewarded ourselves with 2 beautiful goals.
You played Barley Mumba at left wing back against his former club. Does the fact it was against his former club influence that decision, or why pick him for this game today?
Yeah, these are the little things in terms of getting an extra bit of motivation. And I think Barley also did it very, very well against as a game changer against Watford. And it's Barley. He's used to this competition. He's used to play this position exactly. He played, I think, most of the games as a left wing back. And I think today he was brilliant.
You've played him as a 10, you've played him on the right side, you've played him on the left. He's very versatile, isn't he? And always, no matter what, he plays with enthusiasm, doesn't he? Yeah,
unfortunately he's too small for a goalkeeper. Otherwise I will also put him in a goal. But this is exactly the character of Bali.
Victor Powelson came on for Katic towards the end. What was the thinking, or what was the reason behind that?
Blocked and stiff hamstring. It was almost a decision to take him out in a half time, but he said, no, boss, I'm going to continue. I can make it. But we've been also consistently ready outside, and I think that's just the character of Nicola, never refusing, never giving up, going all in, sacrificing, ready to sacrifice, ready also to struggle in difficult moments. And he reached a point, and I think Victor helped us together with all the game changes. I think the game changes today had a big impact for us to win this game. I think Darko was super strong. Carl did it well. And then in the end, Joe helped us protecting on the other side. And Freddie showed also that he can be, a weapon for us. So actually the game changer finally gave us exactly what we wanted to change the game in a positive way, and they did it fantastic, I think.
Did you get Katic off in time? Is it not too bad, the injury?
We will see. I think we did the right thing with him, and again, it was then also a Nicola's decision. He's experienced enough to understand his body, so I think everything will be fine.
One more for me. Given the league position that the team were in today, and you called it a must-win game, the fans turned out as they always do in numbers, and they really tried to give the team a lift today. How much do you appreciate the backing that you're getting from the fans, even when it's been difficult recently?
Yeah, very much, to be fair, and that's why I think this is a unique club, because you realize this always when you are in challenging and difficult moments. Then you realize how big a club is and how strong a fan base is, and the Green Army is just relentless in terms of supporting and getting behind us. And finally, we could also reward them with a good performance and with a home game. And Swansea is just around the corner, so I would guess there will be, again, a bunch of them supporting us. We will be there, we will need them. That was the last step today, came on the pitch, but the last step, came also today from the Green Army. We are back.